The Time of My Life by Cecelia Ahern. Read by Amy Creighton. Chapter 1. Dear Lucy Silchester, you have an appointment for Monday the 30th of May 2011. I couldn't read the rest. I didn't need to. I knew who it was from. I could tell as soon as I arrived home from work to my studio apartment and saw it lying on the floor, halfway from the front door to the kitchen, on the burned part of the carpet where the Christmas tree had fallen and landed 2 years ago, and the lights had singed the carpet hairs. The carpet was a cheap old thing chosen by my penny-pinching landlord, a grey, worn industrial yarn that looked as though more feet had trodden over it than the apparently lucky testicles of the bull mosaic in Galleria Vittorio, Emanuele II in Milan. You'd find a similar kind of fabric in my office building, a more appropriate location, as it was never intended to be walked on barefoot, made only for the steady stream of on-foot shiny leather shoe traffic, moving from cubicle to photocopier, photocopier to coffee machine to emergency exit stairwell for a sneaky smoke. Ironically, the only location which failed to alert the fire alarm. I had been part of the effort to find the smoking spot, and each time the enemy had located us, we began efforts to find a new safe house. The current place was easy to find, hundreds of butts and piles on the ground to mark the spot, their lives sucked out of them by their users in panicked, distressed frenzy, their souls floating around the insides of lungs where their outsides were dropped, stamped on, and deserted. It was a place more worshipped than any other in the building, more than the coffee machine, more than the exit doors at 6 p.m., most certainly more than the chair before the desk of Edna Larson, the boss lady, who ate good intentions like a broken dispenser that swallowed your coins, but failed to spit out the bar of chocolate. The letter lay there on the dirty, singed floor, a cream-woven envelope with Grand George Street font declaring my name in certain no-doubt-about-it black ink, and beside it a gold-embossed stamp, 3 swirls joined together. The triple spirals of life. I knew what it was because I'd received 2 similar letters already, and I'd Googled the symbol. I failed to make an appointment for either of the requests to meet. I'd also failed to phone the number supplied to rearrange or cancel. I'd ignored it, swept it under the rug, or would have if the Christmas tree lights hadn't set fire to the shag pile that used to be there, and forgotten about it. But I hadn't really forgotten about it. You never forget about things you've done that you know you shouldn't have done. They hang around your mind, linger like a thief casing a joint for a future job. You see them there, dramatically lurking nearby in striped monochrome, leaping behind post boxes as soon as your head whips around to confront them. Or it's a familiar face in a crowd that you glimpse but then lose sight of. An annoying "Where's Wally?" forever locked away and hidden in every thought in your conscience. The bad thing that you did, always there to let you know. A month on from ignoring the second letter, and this one had arrived with another rescheduled appointment, and no mention of my previous failures to respond. It was like my mother. Its polite failure to acknowledge my shortcomings was making me feel even worse. I held the fancy paper at the corner between my thumb and forefinger, and tilted my head to read it as it flopped to the side. The cat had pissed on it again. Ironic, really. I didn't blame him. My illegally owning a pet in a high-rise apartment block in the middle of the city and holding down a full-time job meant that the cat had no opportunity to go outside to relieve himself. In an attempt to rid myself of my guilt, I had put framed photographs of the outside world around the apartment. The grass, the sea, a postbox, pebbles, traffic, a park, a collection of other cats, and Jean Kelly. The latter obviously to service my needs, but I hoped the others would dispel any longing he had to go outside, or to breathe fresh
Sample complete. Ready to continue?